Kate. My wife, Alice.
Archie!
I'm Archie. The fact is, I'm long gone. She'll be told shortly. She'll find out. In the meantime, there's nothing to be done, I'm afraid. The boat will be found, of course. Upside down and empty on Lake Garda. It's strange to think how far we have travelled. And nearby, my hat floating. Not such a bad end, all in all. All my worries, all my cares, gone, washed away. The odd thing is, everything last night looked so intractable. The pressure of money, business, and being swindled out of so much pressed down on my brain like a blanket, a fog. I hadn't felt pressure like that for how long? It was 1875, so 11 years. 11 years ago. Seems like yesterday. That was at Stanley Hall with the play and Gilbert and so on. But of course, the pressure passed. I always forget that. It passes. How silly. The way out was always so obvious. I suppose I should feel guilty, leaving Alice behind. I do wish I could explain. Alice? After all, what can I say? Alice was always much stronger than I, even when we first met. She'll find a way. Why worry?
Archie? 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 Archie?
Yes?
Damn you!
Yes. Yes. Stanley Hall. I remember. Near Wakefield. We had good times there. And bad, too, of course. I was in charge of Whitwood then. That was always a worry. Particularly then. So when Alice suddenly announced about the play, all I could think was, well, this is a fine time to be thinking of play acting. But as Alice said...
We've got to entertain sometimes, Archie. Life isn't all coal, you know.
Yes, yes, I know, but all the same...
It's Philip's idea.
Of course it's Philip's idea. You don't need to tell me.
Well, you know what he's like when he has a bit between his teeth. There's no stopping him.
No.
Don't say it like that. He's your friend.
And yours too, I hope.
Well, we are almost related.
Yes, I know you are. And yet, in spite of that, he is still your friend.
Oh, don't be silly, Archie. Relatives are friends.
Are they?
And you know, Philip, everything has to be the best. Always the best man for the job.
Yes.
And he knows everyone. Or seems to. Alma Tadema, Whistler.
Alice, what are you telling me?
I'm telling you about Philip.
But I know about Philip. I've known him as long as you have.
He wants us to perform one of Gilbert's plays.
Oh, again.
This time it's Pygmalion and Galatea. And Archie?
Yes?
Archie, you'll never guess.
Well, Whistler's designing the costumes.
No, but...
Gilbert's stage managing.
There!
What? He is?
He's coming up on Friday.
Down.
Up.
No, from London it's down. But that's ridiculous. Philip doesn't know Gilbert. Does he?
Apparently so.
Anyway, surely this Gilbert has better things to do than come down to this tuppenny halfpenny back and beyond.
Up, not down. North is up on the map.
As if I haven't enough on my plate.
What?
What with the colliery?
But it will be Easter. The colliery will be shut.
Yes.
Archie?
Oh, no, it's nothing.
Archie?
Nothing!
I do wish you would tell me when things are wrong.
I would, Alice, believe me.
Or we've bottled it up and then...
Everything is fine.
Well, there will be Mr. Gilbert and Philip and his wife and his daughter and, oh, let's see...
An invasion.
Friends.
Of course, Alice is in her element with this sort of thing. The more the merrier. Supervising the servants, making the rooms ready, organising everything from the food to the arrangement of the flowers. And then Mr. Gilbert arrived. Mr. Gilbert.
No! That's quite wrong. Repeat after me.
Yes, that's it. That's exactly how he was. But after all the worry and the distraction, we presented the play twice at the hall to friends and neighbours. And then, when it was all over, such an achievement. Such a relief. And our neighbour, Dr. Brown, came up and said, "That was marvellous." He's from Scotland. And Alice said,
Thank you, Dr. Brown. I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
and Dr. Brown said, "My dear Mrs. Briggs, I have a great belief in the therapeutic effect of drama, and I would esteem it an honour if you would consider repeating the performance at our establishment.
Indeed.
We have every facility you could want. I think the effect could be magnificent." We had a discussion. Alice wasn't keen at first, and I would have been happy to put the whole thing behind me. But Dr. Brown was persuasive, and Mr. Gilbert was enthusiastic, and one must keep in with the neighbours, so that's how it began. The whole business. Next morning, we all trooped over to Dr. Brown's place and set up in the assembly hall for a final rehearsal. And did I mention Dr. Brown's place? It was a lunatic asylum.
Again.
Poor purblind fool! I'd sooner tie the sandals of my lord than own a dozen bondsmen such as you. As for the scourge, to be by Christos flogged is honour in itself. I'd rather far be flogged by Christos 7 times a day than whip you hence to the Acropolis. What say you now?
Again.
Really?
Well, we want it to be right, don't we?
But haven't I got it right, Mr. Gilbert?
Well, Briggs, there's a question. I can't say you got it wrong, exactly. Yes, but.
And?
I repeat, but. Your performance presents such a wealth of butness.
I need to be back at the hall in 20 minutes.
Come, let's try again.
But Mr. Gilbert, what do you want of me?
Perfection, of course. What else? You're doing everything I've taught you, and for a beginner, it's excellent. All we have to do is make it firm. We want the words to be there, not searched for, but part of you. Yes?
Yes. It's only an amateur performance, Mr. Gilbert.
But we don't want them to notice, do we, Briggs?
Poor purblind fool! I'd sooner tie the sandals of my lord than own a dozen bondsmen such as you.
Come, Briggs, you know it.
Yes, of course I know it. It's only 8 lines. Poor purblind fool! I'd sooner... Poor purblind fool! Poor purblind fool! I'd sooner be goddamn blotted and beggarly. This is intolerable! I'm sorry, I don't generally swear as a rule.
No, I guessed as much.
I need to be at the hall.
10 minutes.
I need to rest. Mr. Gilbert.
Hmm?
I wish I knew. Why?
Why what?
You're rather a successful playwright.
No.
Oh, yes, surely.
Not rather successful, very.
All right. Very. And you must be a very busy man.
Yes.
But the experience has been worth it, I imagine?
Hmm?
Well, after all, we are not savages.
No.
Here, in Yorkshire.
Hmm. You know, Briggs, I consider myself a very pleasant fellow. I am full of good humour, and if I'm enjoying something, I say so. But there is one thing I will not brook, and that is being told what to think. Do you understand me?
Yes, Mr. Gilbert. I am sorry.
Good. That said, yes, my week in Yorkshire has been very pleasant. I've enjoyed myself immensely. If only because we are a group directed to one common cause, the most important thing in the world, putting on a play. That's a great thing, Briggs.
Yes, yes. The most important thing in the world.
Yes.
Really?
Of course. What else? To gather a dozen people together with no common thread or interest, and to bring them into harmony in the creation of a cohesive work of art. What could be more glorious?
You're right. As you say, it is a great thing. Theatre.
As your Dr. Brown agrees.
Does it?
Of course he does. He's forever speaking of the therapeutic effect of drama and music.
But that's not quite the same as saying it's the greatest thing.
It brings succour to the lunatic, and that's quite enough for me. Well, come on, Briggs, we've a play to rehearse.
I've only 5 minutes, and then I need to...
Damn it, man, were you not listening?
What?
This is a play we're talking about. There is nothing more important than the play.
But surely, do you really mean that?
Of course. Why would I say something I don't mean?
No, I realise that.
Only?
I'm sorry, Mr. Gilbert, but I do have a business...
Business?
Yes, business! Business! Business!
That's foolish of me. Of course, business is important. Who knows that better than I?
I wouldn't ask, Mr. Gilbert, but things are getting... Well, things are getting desperate.
I see.
I doubt that you do. Anyway, that being so, Oh, and please, don't mention this to Alice.
No, of course not.
I don't want to worry her. But I do have to go back and meet with one of my men.
A troublemaker.
Yes. No. He's a good man, but...
But...
he should be here with the lunatics. But it has to be sorted out. I'd sooner tie the sandals of my lord than own a dozen bondsmen such as he.
My dear Briggs, man was born to contend with man, and each does his best to take advantage over the other.
That's a harsh philosophy.
But true.
So they say. Well, we believe what we choose.
Pauper blind fool.
Hmm? Oh. Yes. Pauper blind fool!
Mr. Briggs,
You considered my offer?
my answer's still the same.
Go then. Go. Damn it, why?
I told you last time.
But it makes no sense. Don't you fellows want your bonus? Oh, I know, it's not about the money. I'm damned if I can see what it is about. And I'm not a brute. I'm not one of your hard-headed employers, you know, seeing nothing but pounds, shillings and pence. I look after my men. But after all, there must be give and take. All I'm saying is, the men should keep their side of the bargain. That's all. Is that so unreasonable?
There's no sense in talking about it.
Have a drink.
No.
I don't understand you, Rawcliffe. We could at least discuss it. The men would listen to you.
No. You've got what you want, Mr. Briggs. Let's leave it at that.
Is that what you think? This is what I want. Rawcliffe, stop. Come here.
I won't be ordered.
Robin, Whitwood is more than just a colliery. It's something quite new. And it means more than just coal, much more. Not just to me, to the industry, to society at large.
Society?
Yes!
What about the men?
Well, yes! The men, too. They're society as well, you know, in a way. But if they won't keep the bargain...
If they won't do what you want...
No, don't be childish!
Mr. Briggs, don't think I don't know what this is all about, because I do.
Oh, not this again. For the 100th time, this is not about the unions.
Yes, it is. And why wouldn't it be? You're a boss. Of course you want to crush the unions.
I have never said you cannot be a union member. Never.
But don't go to union meetings.
That is not how it was.
And don't go on strike.
Oh, damn it, of course don't go on strike. What would you have me say?
That's it. Of course, don't go on strike. That's it. You see, Mr. Briggs, strikes, they're our only weapon.
Weapon? This is not a war.
Yes, we are at war. And the sooner you realise it, the better. But that's how it is.
Not at Whitwood. At Whitwood, we're on the same side. Masters and men together.
No.
Yes, together. That's the whole point of it. This whole crazy, stupid experiment. A cooperative colliery. Letting the men have shares in the business, giving them a dividend from the profits, giving them trust. What kind of idiot would think that could ever work? Now, go away.
I won't take orders.
Oh, no, of course not. What I don't understand is, you had everything you could want at Whitwood. Money, conditions, a share in the business. Why can't you fellows be satisfied? Why would you want to be in some damned union as well?
If you don't know, I can't tell you.
All I ever wanted was to be a kind of a father to the men.
You're not my dad.
No.
Mr. Briggs.
Good day.